Well, here's a video on how to install these rear air scoop vents on a Vanagon. I got these from T3Technique. There are instructions online, a PDF file if you wanted to just go through that instead of watch this video. I'm a visual learner. I prefer to watch a video instead of reading instructions, so I figured I'd make this. I will post a link directly to that PDF file if you wanted to go ahead and jump over to that instead of here, but I figured I'd go over. So it starts off by cutting off the rear spacer tabs. If you can see right here, there's these tabs on both sides. There's one on here, one over here, same on this one. And you want to cut off or sand off or grind off or whatever the rear facing tab. And this is rear as in the rear of the vehicle. So you can see here, I kind of cut that tab down, same with over here. Okay, next thing you want to do is make sure that all of the edges that will be glued to the new fin are clean. So I just rub them down with some water, and you want to use polyurethane adhesive. So basically just construction adhesive. I already had this, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this Gorilla Glue construction adhesive. And you want to put adhesive all around the edges that you will be gluing. So all along this surface, all up and down, along this thin piece right here, and on the top as well, kind of just along here. And make sure that when you add the fin, you don't get any on the outside of the fin because it will mess up the finish if you want to keep the finish. So after you do that, then I just got these little clips off of Amazon. They're extremely cheap, but just clip it all in place. Make sure that it's all lined up, and then you let it dry for 3 hours like this. Okay, so here's the finished product. This is the driver's side. I sprayed some texture over everything and just coated it with semi-gloss 2-in-1 primer paint. The instructions that he gives you says to put 2 rivets on the long side and 2 rivets on the bottom. I went ahead and just added an extra one in the middle right here just because I had extra rivets. He sends 8 rivets in the packet with you. So, I don't know, if you wanted to get extra rivets, you can. Like I said, I just textured this. This is a fiberglass piece that goes over the vent. So, this is what it looks like when it's all put together. And I will show you how to install it now. So the final step is actually pretty tricky. The first thing you need to do, there's these 2 rubber grommets up top here that the posts slide into. So you kind of got to move the vent in a way that those slide in really easily. And then you can see there's one screw right there, and there's another one back in the back over there. And that one in the back is actually pretty tricky. I had to get a little tool like this from Harbor Freight. I thought this would be small enough, but actually the width between these 2 distances was actually just barely too long to fit in there and on the screw and be able to maneuver it and turn and tighten. So it took me a little bit longer to do that than it probably should have. But if you just get one of these tools, look for one that's smaller than this one, and it should be no problem. This was pretty easy to do. You can just use a regular screwdriver right here. I just got an extender and tightened it with my hand first, and then use this and just kind of cranked it down the rest of the way. So that's how it looks when it's installed. I'm very happy with it. Like I said, it's a fiberglass cover at first, but I just painted it with some texture and then put some semi-gloss paint over the top of that. So I'm pretty happy, and I think it'll definitely help the intercooler.